Today we will take a look at Process Explorer. So let's launch the program. And by default it opens in this view. If you want a different view, you can just double click on this tab right here where my mouse is pointing. So if you want to get more details about a process, you can right click on the process and go to properties. So let's pick one process. So I will pick OneDrive, for example, and click properties. So if you go to the image tab in this dialog box, you can see if this is a 32-bit program or a 64-bit program. That is one good information you can get from this dialog. So you can go to performance and you can see how much time is spent on the kernel mode, how much time is spent on the user mode. You can get a lot of different details within this dialog. And then another important tab is the threads. So in Windows, each process has at least one thread. Most likely it'll have many more threads than that. And each thread has what is called a thread ID. So you can see this particular OneDrive a process has a lot of different threads and it's calling a lot of different functions. So we will go into much more detail about these various stacks and modules, etc. But for now, all you need to worry about is it has a thread ID and it has a start address, and that's pretty much what I want to talk about in this tab. And let's see, let's cancel, get out of this menu. And we can also, on the process itself, you have what is called as process ID. Each process has a different process ID, as you can see, and it's a random number assigned by the operating system. So even if the machine is idle, typically you won't see this C switch delta. Let me go select columns. If I go to performance, you can check this one, the context switch delta, and also you can click on the CPU cycles delta. So you can see these big numbers that are showing up on this rightmost side of this Process Explorer. So this shows how many instructions are taking place, even though I'm not doing much activity on this machine at this time. Anyway, let's revert back to the standard. Go to process performance. Let me uncheck these two columns. So each process also has a lot of handles. Handle is a resource which is used by the process to either, like for example, a resource is like a file or a registry or a mutex semaphore, and or it can be a various different things. So if you want to get into those details, you can click on this lower pane and then you can click on the handles or the DLLs. So let's look at the handles at this time. So for this, for example, Chrome has all these different threads, keys, files opened at this time. So let's pick another one. For example, if you want to look at Google Drive has the following resources open at this time. So let's also look at the DLLs that are used by this process. So if you click on the DLLs, you can see the various DLLs that are loaded by this process during the duration of this run. So let's take one more example. Let's take VMware. And if you go to properties, again, the image, it's using still a 32-bit application. People often get confused thinking that all applications or processors that are running on a 64-bit system is 64-bit. Actually, that is nothing far from truth. Typically, most of the applications at this time are running are 32-bit applications. And let's see what else I want to talk about Process Explorer. Again, there's a lot more details, but since this is a basic introduction, I will stop at this time and we will revisit some of the advanced features at a later point of time.